Hi and welcome back to Cheeky Crypto, and today guys we are taking another cheeky look at Cardano. Specifically, Chris, we're going to be taking a look at Polkadot and Cardano and how Cardano has basically just about trumped Polkadot by taking that spot away from them on the market capitalization, Chris. It's fantastic to see. And yeah, they're slowly chipping away. So they're positioned 5th now, and Polkadot is at 6. So we're going to get into that and see what's going on there. We'll have a look at the Cardano chart, see how the ADA price is doing. We'll have a look at some of these recent price spikes. We'll have a look at it on the daily, the 4-hourly, the single hour view, see what's happening there, if this is going to continue, whether we're going to be expecting any pullbacks, if we're up against any resistance and all that good stuff. So if you do find this video useful, informative, go ahead and smash that like button. Chris really does appreciate it, and so do I. And if by chance you're new to the channel and not yet subscribed, do go ahead and subscribe. By subscribing, you will be kept up to date with all the videos and live streams that we do here at Cheeky Crypto. And Chris, of course, you know, this is a Cardano video, so it wouldn't be a Cardano video if we do not mention our delegation and staking pool. So we have set up a new Cardano pool a couple of weeks ago, I'd say, Chris, and it's doing relatively well. At the point of this video, we've got about 450,000 ADA delegated in there. And what is it you like to say, Chris?
Well, you know, if you're not delegating your ADA, you're not making your ADA work as hard as you work to buy the ADA. You know, let's make a passive income. You know, delegate your ADA to the cheek pool. And reap those juicy rewards.
Absolutely. So go ahead. You can obviously delegate to the Cheeky Crypto pool under the ticker of Cheek. You can find it on the Deadliest wallet, Euro wallet, even the Atomic wallet using the pool ID. And yeah, why not delegate to the pool? It would be fantastic to have you here, and minting blocks together. It would be fantastic. So let's hold up no longer, Chris. Let's jump on over to the desktop and take a look at what's going on.
Yeah, let's do it.
Fantastic. So first of all, we're just going to have a look at the market cap. So coin market cap here, we can see we have a $1.2 trillion market cap. I'll zoom in to make that a little bit clearer for you guys. Oh, 1.2 trillion. Chris, there's if I just zoom out a little bit here, let me just get that right. So $162 billion trading volume. Bitcoin's dominance is 61.5, so it's actually increased with Bitcoin's also spiked today. And there are 8,400 cryptocurrencies, Chris, which is just insane. But anyway, let's take a look more specifically at Cardano, right? So Cardano is now placed 5th by market capitalization. It has 19.5 billion dollars in there currently. It's 18.16% up today, which is 74% for the 7 days just gone. Polkadot has had a bit of a red day. It's pulled back a little bit, 0.07 down in the red, 23% up for the week, but only has an $18.5 billion market cap. And it's for this reason that you can see that basically Cardano just trumped Polkadot ever so slightly by approximately $1 billion, just under 1 billion to be exact. And yeah, so they've Polkadot is now in 6th place, and Cardano is in 5th. But it's not too far behind taking the 4th space as well, Chris. So Cardano is obviously at $19.5 billion, and XRP is at $19.9 billion. So it could basically be in the 4th spot very soon. Just a matter of an extra $500 million, and it's there. So it's going to be really interesting to see how that plays out. Obviously Tether, well, Tether doesn't count because, you know, they just keep printing. That's nonsense. But there's 28 billion there. So, you know, Cardano has a real shot to become the 3rd largest cryptocurrency by March, Chris. I really do think it has a good shot at it. And you can see Ethereum's now bordering the $200 billion market cap. Bitcoin here close to 750 billion on its own. So really good stuff. Let's jump over, Chris, and take a look at the Cardano chart. So here we are on Cardano to the USD on the daily. And what we can see here is the massive spike out. We had the breakout from a channel. Again, I'm not sure if you guys can see it very clearly, but there's basically 2 trend lines going to the upside. And we've been bouncing to and from these for some time. And then we had this breakout because a lot of people over here on this particular candle were expecting us to potentially pull back down into this zone here. I was also thinking that that might happen because ultimately the RSI was indicating as such a thing. But the volumes have been so great here over the last few days. The breakout happened and we've just had such momentum. We've also got past that first resistance line at 61.7 cent. So really good stuff happening here on this daily chart. Now obviously the RSI is overbought still. The MACD is basically following the RSI as expected, and the volumes are increasing day on day. So fantastic to see that too. So let's see if that story is the same throughout the more granular detail. So let's jump down into the 4-hourly chart and see if the story remains the same. We can see that we're very much overbought, right? Approaching the 90 level of this RSI on this 4-hourly chart. The volumes, on the other hand, kind of flattened out a little bit, but then gained momentum towards the end here. So still the volumes are increasing every 4 hours. There was a slight dip, but that didn't last long before the volume kicked in again. That little dip did not really have too much of an impact here on the RSI, barely even impacted at all the MACD line, and the momentum is just flying through the gate. So from here we can see obviously that 61.7 cent area of resistance. We've gone straight through that. We now currently at about 63.3 on this chart, which has a little bit of a delay, but if we look here, 63.4, so it's still doing very well just up here. So let's pull this down a little bit lower, Chris. Take a look at the 1-hourly view. This gives us the most granular detail of what's going on, and here we can see that volume literally building up, flattened out a tiny bit, pulled back, and then kind of went off again. So that's a real good positive sign for things to come. Obviously, if we look at this from a MACD point of view and an RSI point of view, we can see a slightly different story on this 1-hourly view. So up here we were overbought, and that was showing us from the lower levels down here when we were at the bottom on this chart. Moving to this upside, all of this motion is basically this particular action here on this RSI. Okay, and what happens is when we had that positive switch in this direction here on this RSI, it triggered a positive MACD switch. The volumes were increasing and it was away to the races. And basically during this overbought situation, we kind of traded sideways. That allowed us to bring the RSI back into a comfortable zone. We had that little pop up here. Okay, that was this section here, which was indicating that we went back up into overbought territory very briefly. Traded sideways, and the sideways trading is such a key thing because in this sideways trade it has allowed us to basically correct this RSI, get it down to a reasonable area here of 55, and that's given us some serious momentum to the upside. With that switch here, we get the positive MACD, and the volumes are just fast. They're coming in thick and fast now. So everything on this Cardano chart, Chris, is looking really good. Now we are still technically overbought, but I still think there's a little bit more to the upside. We're about 80 on here, and we can go quite comfortably up towards 85, 90 area. So there's still a little bit of momentum here if the volumes were to continue. But ultimately, we could start going sideways again, correct this RSI, and then rinse and repeat. This is something that we're doing quite a bit, right? If we're looking at this momentum to the upside, right, on this particular chart, we can see how we're trading sideways here. We come to the bottom over here, which is the bottom of our RSI at approaching the 30 level. That gives us all of this swing to the upside from the bottom all the way to the top. And with that came all of this volume. And with that volume, we got to significant growth right on this particular area here. But it's pretty much rinse and repeat. Trade sideways, correct the RSI, shoot to the top. And we see that again. We trade sideways. Yes, we did trade sideways. And we shoot to the top. So this thing is basically just doing the same pattern over and over and over and over. So it's really hard to think this thing's going to stop anytime soon. It's basically just going to go sideways, corrects the RSI, and shoots it to the top. This thing is incredibly bullish, Chris, and I think it's going to continue for quite some time to come. So yeah, there's going to be little kind of baby corrections, as I'm going to refer to them. We obviously have quite a few areas of support and resistance as we approach our 75-cent price target. That's our next price target after we took out the 53 cent yesterday. 75 is next, and we've got a few resistance. Obviously, we just crossed the 61.7, 66.9 is the next, and then 72 before we get to that 75 cent. Okay, so When it comes to trading sideways, we can just trade sideways within these support and resistance lines that we're crossing. So there'll be no major correction that I can see here that's actually going to be required. As long as the volume stays strong, I think there's so much upside to Cardano at the moment, and this chart is so positive. Obviously, at the top end of this particular Fibonacci extension level, we have $1.12. We have the 98 cent and the 75 cent. So we've got 3 price targets, which are these 3 just here to still hit, starting with that 75 cent, then the 98 cent, and then the $1.12. But we're going to have to correct our RSI obviously soon, once we kind of get past the next couple of these, because we're having this another parabolic rise here. We potentially want to put our Fibonacci retracements up against this, so that we can see what we might be targeting going forward. I still think $5 is where we're likely to end up at some point. It still might go higher. I know some people are talking about $10 range for Cardano, and some people even higher than that. But if we were to go to $5 from this current level, that's another 689% growth on the current level. So very something that I think is going to happen, Chris. It's pretty straightforward to do. Any thoughts that you want to add, Chris?
Yeah, just like, to be honest, I completely align with your thoughts on the price side of things. And I think, you know, you've got all this underlying work that's happening in the background around Africa, payments and instant settlements and all sorts of different things. So, you know, it all sounds very promising, and I love to see, you know, the flip of Polkadot. Yeah, it's just a nice thing to see today.
Absolutely. So guys, if you have found this video useful, informative, and maybe even a little entertaining, go ahead and smash that like button for Chris. He really appreciates it. I really appreciate it. And I like to think that you all appreciate it too. And if by chance you're new to the channel and not yet subscribed, do go ahead and subscribe. By subscribing, you will be kept up to date with all the videos and live streams that we do here at Cheeky Crypto. And with all that said and done, we hope you have a fantastic day, guys, and we'll catch you in the next one.
Yeah, take care.